Hello everyone, good morning, welcome back. Today I'm going to try and climb up Mount Argon with Lux. I'm not quite sure how well this run will go, but the reason I'm worried is because we don't have a common relic or an additional slot for a common relic, so we won't be uh, running Lux with spell shield, so she will be a lot easier to remove. But other than that, we have the start of game draw champion power, which is the most crucial one in my opinion, because it gives us consistency, and the one that heals our Nexus 4 at the start of each combat is good as well, keeps us healthy. Well, these are not good powers. But yeah, the whole point of the Lux runs is to reach level 6 and then combo off, at least the way I've set up my Lux. These are not good powers, damn. Do I reroll again? Yeah, sure. The game is not being kind towards me. I guess the Blade's Edge deals 2 extra damage when Lux on the board. We do have a few early drops, so let's try to go for the battlefield training. And we face off against Fiora right away, which is very scary, in my opinion. The fact that the Fiora just grows to an absurd degree is the worst part, especially since our deck doesn't run any sort of hard removal. What do we do here? Do we just pass? Let's pass. I could have played the Mage Seeker Conservator to try and get some to try and get it growing a bit, but I didn't want to. I don't think it was good enough. No, it doesn't play the Fiora yet. He will play Fiora next turn. Next turn I will play Lux, and the turn afterwards Lux will level up. So the correct choice here is to probably let's Mage Seeker Conservator, see what he does. He does nothing. I kind of want to spend my money efficiently, so let's play the Mage Seeker Persuader as well. Let's try to chip away a little bit at his health. He only has 20, so once we do level up Lux, we will be able to just burn him down easily. Let his attack go through. Now we just see if he has anything else, and because he doesn't, I think we just are able to win from here. We can go Vanguard Sergeant into Succession and just go off. So I think that's the correct choice. This just gives us the Lux level up, it gives us 2 final sparks. I think the game's over here. Unless he has some way to just... Okay, that's what I was afraid of. In that case, we do this, give and get 2 more final sparks and more golden ages. Unfortunately, we won't be able to cast for the Massey, but it doesn't matter. Now the real question is, do we just final spark the here? I don't think so. I think we do this because it burns him for the most amount of damage, and then we can go for the final spark on the Fiora. And then we'll golden ages here. We waste 1 attack, but I don't want to give him any opportunities to do anything. So yeah, very easy. Lux is such a strong champion. I haven't the image of the tier list that I used for the Nasus run, that I showed during the Nasus run, so I could probably check out whether Lux is a high tier champion or not. The minion is good for jump blocking, but the golden ages giving allies +1/+1 is good as well. I'm really torn here. Let's go for the golden ages. If it's not good enough, we just cut it from the deck. So yeah, I could check whether Lux is a top tier champion or not. In my opinion, she's very good, especially with the items I have. None of these champions have synergy, so let's go for a reroll. Kane is generally good, right? Thresh is not the best, and Pike has basically no synergy with our deck. Ideally, we would want a more spell based deck, but the early game from the Kane can be good as well. Let's try for another reroll. Caitlyn with ramp is interesting. The Kindred is interesting as well. Nasus. We just take Nasus. Next tech Fabricator is alright as a card. None of these are really that good, so I guess the Caitlyn bucket just for the ramp. A shop, a stilted rope maker, or spells chest. I don't know what the stilted rope maker does, so let's go for the shop. Ezreal with ramp seems scary, but I think we can deal with it. You will be able to clear our units quite easily. Let's toss all of these, sure. I can play that on 3. I can even go Mage Seeker Persuader on 2. Which I will do. And he starts doing Ezreal things, just burning me. Annoying, but now here, do I want to ramp? Ramping here allows me to play Lux next turn, and afterwards we can go Golden Ages, I guess? Yeah, sure. Let's attack with everything. It makes killing Ezreal easier, so no reason not to. Now we play Lux, and next turn he just dies. Seems like a pretty good game plan. It's going to hurt a lot. It's fine though. As long as we don't drop too low, we'll be able to just power through. Honestly, I'm not sure which is scarier. He has an Ezreal in hand, so actually maybe playing this is the correct choice. Try and it wastes a rally, but it gives us the Lux level up, it gives us our final sparks, it gives us another golden aegis, it buffs our units. It does so much for us, so... Wait, why didn't we get 2 final sparks? What's the deal with that? Yeah, whatever. The game's still over. And he uses the last of his mana to just try and burn me down. How annoying. Eventually he will run out of blockers, so we can just keep attacking. Like here, we get... I guess it's because this is kind of a awkward shape for the Lux, because she counts 6 mana of spellcasts and we do 5 plus 1 and the leftover for mana is kind of wasted, I guess. I guess that's the gimmick, or how it works. Most Wanted has absolutely no synergy for decks, so that's Sting Officer, maybe. Hopefully we get some good 6-cost cards. Create 3 copies of 6-cost spells from your deck. In that case, it would be Remembrance and only Remembrance. I don't think that's good enough. 2 Husks, yeah, I'll take it. At this point in time, we can't be picky. Eye of the Storm gives us card draw. Grant an ally +1/+1 for each unit they have. It does kind of fit a little bit better with Deluxe. I'll skip though. We need to keep our deck more consistent, since we are so focused on just popping off on a single turn. Let's toss everything, keep the Vanguard Sergeant, since it is a good 3-drop. 2-drop, 3-drop that ramps us, and I guess on 4 we'll go Vanguard Sergeant. Let's run out the Sting Officer. I guess this just makes it so we can start shuffling. Do I want to shuffle more bombs, or Am I worried about the powder kegs? Honestly, I'm a bit worried about the powder kegs, so let's remove them. They're a bit scary, so getting rid of them early is nice. Can he kill the Caitlyn with one man? I don't think so. He doesn't attack really. I don't need to attack with Lux, so let's go like this. Remove powder kegs, shuffle a bunch of bombs into the enemy deck. Let's shuffle as many bombs as possible into the enemy deck, because next turn I plan on just playing Corina. Oh yeah, this is the version that adds the Dreadway to the hand. I guess that's my bad for not paying attention. Activate the effects of all. Let's see if this clears the board. I might have screwed myself by summoning the Dreadway. I take a lot of damage here because of my carelessness. Fortunately, the spell shield protects that guy. Oh, getting rid of the other kegs is huge. And now we can attack with everything. He's forced to walk with GPs. It's pretty big. If he doesn't go for an open attack next turn, we might be able to win. If he just goes for the attack here, I think I just lose. Maybe Remembrance will save us. He will hurt something very badly, but ouch. Get rid of GP and kill him in the process. That was a lot closer than I wanted it to be, but that's my fault. I didn't pay attention to his HP, and I should have checked if that version of the power was the one that summons the Dreadway, or if it was the one that adds the Dreadway to hand. They were both relevant. Thermogenic Beam is the best option. We don't want the 6th cost spell with the mana reduction because it just not good enough. We want the spells to cost 6. None of these are that good, so let's skip. Healing or a shop? I am going to be greedy and go for the shop, maybe. Any card I want to cut in my deck. Corina is a bit slow. But that's about it, so let's go for the shop. Assembly line is great, so that's definitely one we want to buy. I guess we'll buy everything. Assembly line, and we'll buy the endurance as well. That's scary, the level up. If he high rolls us, we are so screwed. That's what I get for not making sure I was healthy. It's fine. Let's toss those two back. Let's draw Lux with our power here. Exactly. This spell shield's a bit redundant, but let's work on shuffling a few flash traps. Flash bomb traps? Flash bomb traps into the enemy deck. Or that's good. That's a free trade. And that's not good at all. What do I want to do here? Bradsteel Protector here, try and stall for time. He doesn't attack really. What do I want to do here? I guess attacking like this. Try and keep shuffling bombs into the enemy deck. I will be able to kill the Ash, right? Yes, I will. Next turn, I play Caitlyn. That's an 8. He drops a Frozen Arthgard, and I drop that. Let's block here, and yeah, I forgot that works like that. Caitlyn will die, but we managed to get what we wanted from her, right? Let's run out the Mage Seeker Conservator as well. She's leveled up. Let's go like this. Hopefully we get something that is castable here. Piercing Darkness. Guess that will have to do. The fact that we get 2 Final Sparks here is huge. Now I just need to develop a big board, which I can easily do. And now I just win. Let's start blasting. In fact, I think I can just kill him with the Final Sparks. That was a lot closer of a game than I wanted it to be. But the important part is that we won. Let's go. Now, spell field on Lux, it is something that we wanted, so we'll take it. Hopefully this powers. Once again, something that's not good. Chilling Prophecy just does nothing. Counterfeit Production just shuffles bad cards into our decks, so over-prepared it is. Healer, Champion Item Chest, or an Item Chest. I guess we can go for whatever fight is the easiest. Tamkans with Unstable Inventory, or Sejuani. Sejuani can be a bit tricky to deal with because of the overwhelm, so we'll go for Tamkans and we'll remove a card from our deck afterwards. I'm kind of tempted to keep the Remembrance because we have so few 6-cost spells in our deck, but I'll toss it. There's better cards, and we should have kept it. I'm tempted to toss the Golden Ages, but it having the board-wide buff is really good in my opinion. So just tossing it doesn't sound that appealing. What other cards that we can remove? The Corina maybe? Other than that, I can't think of any card we'd want to get rid of. What? I guess that's the effect of the all of these cards have an item. It's very good. Let's run out Lux. I don't think the enemy really knows how to use the Acquired Taste because I rarely see them use it. What do I want to do here? Obviously, just going for the Lux's Prismatic Barrier is not good enough. But just going Golden Ages seems kind of a waste. I can go for the attack here and go for the Golden Ages. Decisions. Let's attack first and then go for the Golden Ages. We'll get 2 Final Sparks here, one from this spell, one from the Lux's Final Spark. So actually I can just Final Spark this guy, ensure that Sting Officer has a clear attack and attack with Lux at the same time. Force him to trade stuff. And then I can go for the barrier, the Golden Ages. Go like this. Keep just burning the guy. And now I can go for the Killing Shot. Let's Final Spark the tank and ensure that he dies to anything during our attack. And now we just go for the Golden Age and kill him on board. That's interesting to say the least. I guess Shock Blast is the correct choice here, since we want exactly 6 cost spells. And let's go to the healer and cut a card. What card should we cut? I'm really tempted to cut the Corina. It was kind of useful one game, but that was about it, so let's get rid of her. And now Caitlyn with duplicate. Now that's a scary combination. Hopefully he doesn't have anything that's too scary. We'll keep this whole hand, shuffle a bunch of flash bombs into the enemy deck early. He will also shuffle flash bombs into my deck though. That's a lot of cards we just drew. I am not sure about what to do. Do I just Caitlyn next turn? I'm kind of scared about him just overdrawing us to death. He will play his Caitlyn here. So do I really want to play my Caitlyn here when I could just succession, ramp up? I guess we can do both. We can play both Caitlyn and succession. So we'll go for that. Maybe this will also bait him into playing something else. It didn't. This might be the one that does me in, honestly. Hopefully he didn't hope an attack, which is great. However, he did attack like this, which will ensure that the Caitlyn dies. We'll need to go off next turn, and we'll need to do something good. I guess going assembly line, developing a big board and buffing it, and then going for something else, probably the correct choice. We also get a bunch of final sparks here. And we also get golden ages. That's a huge board we just developed. He has a Caitlyn in hand, but he can't play it anymore. We can then get rid of the both of the ones that are on board. Now we can attack like this. Force him to block. The forced blocks just give room to play golden ages and then shock blast 2 of his units, probably both of these. Let's rummage, something that we can use to dump cards in hand. Pharaoh's thing, just because it's the cheapest, but it doesn't matter because our hand will be full anyway. and then we just blast him in the face. That was very good. We did take a bunch of damage though. Am I concerned? A bit, but we still have one revive, so we can afford a bit to take a bit of damage. Built over pacemaker with summoning beacon is interesting, or do I want more assembly lines? You know what? More assembly lines sound great, especially summoning even more units. Probably Sting Officer. Memory game's pretty cool, so let's take that. And we'll add another copy of the Sting Officer. Now, Soul Gorger or Spell's Chest. I guess the choice is whether what fight is the easiest, and it's probably the Victor. The whole unyielding determination seems easier to deal with than the level up. Honestly, in my opinion, the scariest powers that the bosses in this adventure can have are level up and duplicate. Level up just means that they can high roll you just really hard sometimes, and the duplicate just gives him double the value on cards that are already really good, so it's very hard to deal with either one of them. Iterative improvement. I guess it wastes my spell shield. We will get a what's it called, the equipment because of our memory game here. I can go for a succession here. Get something that ramps me up for next turn, and then just end it here. I can even go succession again, keep the succession train going. It is the only spell I have in hand, so let's go like this. Bait him into blocking with Victor. It might not be a bait though. Next turn we will go Lux into the succession from the memory game, and doing that we will get a bunch of things. We'll get 2 units on board, we will get Lux level up, we will get final spark in hand. This really, you pulled that one. Sure, whatever. That's final spark, and I'm pretty sure we just win here. He has no more cards that are playable, so let's go here, get one attack off, Called shot. Whatever. Let's go for an attack again. Are you sure you don't want to block this again, Victor? Entrapment. That's what I thought. How many cards do I have in hand? I have enough to do this and get both the Final Spark and the Golden Edges in hand, so that's exactly what I wanted. Now we just win. It would be great to add some way to heal myself to this deck, but I don't think it will ever come up. Especially in the regions I currently have. That piercing darkness we got off the Mage Seeker Conservator was great. Do I want Mage Seeker Conservator with get an extra mana gem? Sometimes it will be useful. I think that's the least. I guess the Thermogenic Beam, more Thermogenic Beam. And then we can cut something from our deck. Do I just cut the Golden Ages? The board white buff is really good, but anything else is kind of meh. I can also just cut one of the Mage Seekers because they have not proven that useful. Maybe the Mage Seeker Insider because it's for mana, it's more awkward to play. Either that or the Laurent Protégé. I think the Mage Seeker Insider. It's at 4 mana, which is a like threshold we usually skip because of our ramp. Now we have to deal with Zed with a bunch of ramp, and he gets the attack token. This means that very likely he will play the Zed on the first turn, and that's very scary. Yep, he will play Zed on the first turn, and I have no way to deal with that. I guess I'll play the Mage Seeker Conservator and just jump block something. I have to take the 8 here, and I will take an 8 again. Now, how do I survive this? Succession into a bunch of Mage Seeker Conservators, maybe? Consult the Heavens. Not that interesting. Both of these will lose their elusive next round. So let's go for the Thermogenic Beam, but first I'll do that. We'll get the Thermogenic Beam next turn. The idea is we ramp up a bunch here and hopefully are able to deal with whatever it throws at us, but I don't think we can, because it will summon a bunch of copies of Zed. I guess assembly line We assembly line here. It's said that we have to assembly line like this, but it's what we need to do to survive. Let's go Lux and Mage Seeker Persuader. Let's give Lux the item, sure. Honestly, getting cards out of hand might be good enough. It also buffs up our board a bit. Let's try and clear the enemy board a bit. This makes it easier to kill Zed next turn. Now I can go assembly line and get a bunch of spells in hand. Get a huge board and win off that. That was very scary, but we managed to pull through. Does he play something here? No, he doesn't, really. Your funeral then. Let's attack with everything. We'll let him block whatever he wants, it doesn't matter. We definitely need something that helps us survive the early game. That's the second time we almost died in the first 3 turns. And I'm summoned land 4 flashbomb traps into the enemy deck. Not sure, let's go with that with Caitlyn. That might be useful. Excuse me. Inheritance, Endurance, or Raiding Party. We don't really have that many units die, but we do attack, deal a bit of damage, or a little bit of cheap damage with the Sting Officer, so maybe Raiding Party is decent. Oh, an epic shop would be great, but we'll have to deal with Azir with level up. You know what? I'll risk it. I'll go ahead and risk it all for a potentially big payoff. We do get the attack token, so that's nice. Let's try and get more Sting Officers maybe. Okay, that's great. The more the merrier. Quick attack and Fury. It doesn't matter that much, but I guess it makes it so blocking with the Sting Officer has a little bit of a payoff. Emperor's dies. Definitely scary with Azir. On attack, he will summon 2 Sun Soldiers. Really? He prefers playing Evelyn to playing Azir. You know what, I'll take it. Let's block like this. Keep the one that's buffed up alive. I don't think he has a way to rally, so the enemy is significantly less scary. I can go a bunch of sting officers here. And you know what? I think that's the correct choice. A bunch of elusives with spell shield. Sounds good enough. Actually, Evelyn with that power just grows incredibly out of control. Now I realize that, and I'm scared. I take 4 here, but that's just something I have to take. Hopefully the overwhelm will disappear next turn. But he is getting very close to dying. I can go Lux here. Spike. Really? Quick attack on the Evelyn. Why did he have to get overwhelmed on the Azir? Block here. I have to take this, right? Does any one of them have Challenger? No. So blocking here is correct. And I take the rest. Ouch. He passes? No, he doesn't pass. We have to block the Evelyn. We have to block here. I guess blocking like this is the correct choice. This deals 22, so less than the other option. Ow. 4 HP. End of the dream. You know what would be great? Getting that revive power on the next shop. That would be impeccable. There's no way you can rally, right? Not on those regions. Assembly line here. Yeah. It doesn't really matter as long as we get the final sparks in hand. And now we'll final spark here. And we'll final spark the Chimera. And we are still alive somehow. Come on. You know what would be great? that power that revives us once per combat. That would be huge. Let's go Remembrance maybe? Yeah, let's go for Remembrance with the ramp. No, but we do get out of the gates, which is good for board presence. You know what, I'll take it. And there's nothing else that's that exciting. Champion strength, unlicensed innovation. Neither of these seem that good, so I think we just leave. And oh, Lulu with level up. I think we just get screwed here, but maybe not. We do start with the attack token, but it does start with 3 mana, so he will get the Lulu in play very early. Although the Lulu doesn't really have that many spells. That's good, the Darkin Halberd. How do I want to do this? Sting Officer or Mage Seeker Conservator? I think double Mage Seeker Conservator might be better. Try and ramp up towards a turn 2 Lux. And he gets an Aphelios. This guy will be silenced, so I don't get the... I don't get to ramp up. Okay. Forget that game plan then. I just have to survive. More Mage Seeker Conservators, please. Deal 2 to the blocker. If it's dead or gone, deal 2 to the enemy nexus instead. And he does it a bunch of times. I take 4. It's better than taking a whole bunch of damage, I guess. Celestial Trifecta can go ahead and get us some healing, but for that to happen we would need to be able to cast set spell, which we can't. Caitlyn maybe. Calibrum. It doesn't really matter. I think our run is over here. It doesn't even have to play the freaking Lulu just because of this power. This is what I was talking about when I said that this is the scariest power the enemy can have. It's either this or the one that gives and duplicate that. I take one here, really? I guess because of that. How many mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this does double up. But do I want to double up the thermogenic beam? It doesn't really accomplish much right now besides leveling up Lux. But it does kill Lulu, so let's go for it. It kills Lulu, right? Both of these should deal 8 damage, right? Yes, it does. I was correct. Can go for a second Lulu. I'll play the Sting Officer. And double blast Lulu here. I can also go for a Golden Aegis, but I'll wait on that. There's no way he can rally here, right? Only if he somehow gets a champion that rallies. A Garen maybe. But does Garen rally on summon? I don't think so. He will try to recall. Okay, he can't recall the Lux because... But he can stun the Lux. This is a bit awkward, but better than nothing. I guess didn't want to leave. Sure. That's his wishes. Let's not mess with them. Let's let him die. Let's attack like this. Try and keep shuffling into the enemy deck, and then we'll Mage Seeker, Persuader into Barrier on the Lux. And then we can go like this. Honestly, I think I can kind of delay him a bit, play a bit slow, trying to get a bit of healing of the Celestial Trifecta, because otherwise I think we'll struggle on the rest of our run, if we are able to pull it off even. I guess I'll have to take that. He did waste a full turn doing that, so that's nice. And the burst state barely changed. I'll attack with this and keep shuffling bombs. Force him to lock with the Queen. This is just good for me because getting rid of the Queen is perfect. Now if only there was a way to dump a few cards from hand. I'm really tempted to just Darken Halberd something like this. Try and get some healing of the Celestial Trifecta, and if I can't, I'll at the very least get some cards that can be easily playable. I don't think that Celestial Trifecta even went off. Yep, he didn't go off. Fortunately, I didn't discover any healing off of it. I severely need to dump cards from hand. I can't even play the Ascendant's Rise, really. So it's just a useless card in hand. It's unfortunate. Hopefully the Remembrance gives us that unit that has life still. Nope. Nope. I guess there's no healing for anyone because I completely wasted that opportunity. Let's just end this. We'll go into the second to last fight with 3 HP, meaning just a light breeze will kill us. It's not optimal, but it's not completely undoable. Another copy of Remembrance, maybe it will be good. And Viego has level up as well. Does Aurelion Sol also have level up? He does. So I just get screwed here. I'll just... And he starts with the attack token as well. Just a worst case scenario for me. Hopefully he doesn't play anything too big here. Something I can block with the 2-drop I get for free. Okay, that blocks basically anything. Of course he starts off with a Mastery. What does this do? Attack, I immediately strike the weakest enemy. So it will be one of the husks if he attacks here. Honestly, that's fine by me. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and summon the Sting Officer. Try and get that small bit of ramp I have. Let's try and get it started. You know what, let's Sting Officer into the Mage Seeker Conservator. Get a bit more value off. I can just pull this. Do I want to? Yeah, sure. Avoid him getting something with Challenger, which can be scary to deal with. Being able to just get whatever attacks he wants off. This will kill my Mage Seeker Conservator, which will stop me from going up to 6 mana, which would be really nice for me. Actually no, it just decides not to attack. I guess he thought the blocks would be good for me. And this means I can go for Remembrance. Remembrance just fills up my hand a lot. So let's go for the Succession. Succession allows me to just blast him a lot. Let's attack like this. Let's pull nothing. Let's just deal the damage. And let's give barrier to Lux. Buff our entire board. Get a few cards out of hand. That's perfect for me, because it allows me to go Remembrance. Actually, you know what? It doesn't really matter, because we get 2 casts off of it anyway. Let's go Penitent Squire, try and get cards we can get rid out of hand. More Succession, sure. And let's blast the Viego a whole bunch. That's 5. Which means we can kill it with our Viego. With our Sting Officer. And let's attack with everything, sure. Set him up to be killed in the next turn. Let's go Penitent Squire. It gives us a card that's dumpable. Release. Let's Golden Ages something. Let's Golden Ages the Lux. She could have killed Lux. He could have killed Lux if he wanted, but he didn't, so that's great for me. Really? What a bastard. He'll force me to take 2 damage here. Come on, some healing, please. That's not healing, but it's dumpable. And that's not healing, but it's dumpable. Can I seriously get no healing? Any sort of healing, please. It doesn't matter. Let's just blast him once and get it done with. There we go. Somehow we have to survive Aurelion Sol's onslaught with just 5 HP. I don't think I will be able to do it. Remembrance again, you know what, sure, might as well. Come on, please don't high roll me, Aurelion Sol. And hopefully I can high roll him instead. But what would a high roll even be with this deck? Just ramp, I guess. I'll keep the assembly line. If I survive the early game, I can get board presence with the assembly line. So that's nice. Hopefully he doesn't play something too big here. Seraphine's not that big. That's good. Anything else? A Lulu, really. And he grows Seraphine up to a 5 attack unit. Do I block here? I think I have to block here. Unfortunate. I don't think I can afford to take any damage. And he gets a Lux. I don't think his Lux will be able to pull off the kind of stunts mine does, but I don't think it matters. I'm just cooked here. And a Nekarim. And he also will get another champion here, a Jarvan. Yep. Nothing I can do about this. If I had one more mana, Remembrance would fill up my board, or maybe the assembly line. But as is, I just die to everything. So let's Sting Officer and deal one last point of damage in an Act of Defiance, but it's over. Like, blocking here accomplishes nothing. He has more than enough damage to kill me on board. We still have a second chance though, so maybe we can pull it off the second time. Come on, something good. And he starts with the attack token again. What do I want to keep here? Toss everything, keep the Caitlyn maybe? Caitlyn ramps us up a bit. It's not like it really matters, we don't have time. The stun power might have given us a little bit of time, but even then, he attacks with LeBlanc here. I have to block because I don't want to take a bunch of damage. He will get a 5 cost champion in hand, or in play, which is Spike. At the very least, it's not that scary. If I play Caitlyn here, I'll be able to play Lux the turn afterwards. But I don't know how good that is, because he will get a 6 cost champion here and he gets a Darius, so I just take a billion damage. And he open attacks, so I have no opportunity to answer any of what he does. And I just lose again. Yep. Well, at the very least, I gained a bunch of XP on Lux. Meaning that next try I might be able to pull it off, because I'll have the... At the very least, I'll have an extra item on one of my cards, right? If I'm remembering the rewards correctly for leveling up champions. So let's see. Support cards have rare items, Mage Seeker, Persuader. Starts with Dragon Tooth. I didn't have that one, so support cards have rare items. And that's probably good. Anyway, that was a nice attempt. That's all for today. I'll be unable to stream tomorrow, so see you next Friday. Goodbye. See you then.